Hey everyone, how are you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. I'm going to be conducting a general reading for the collective, so do take what resonates and leave the rest. It's timeless, it's not personal. So whenever you come across this reading at some point in the future and you resonate with the title, then there could be something further in there for you. Or if you just resonate with the title alone, then that's great, that's fine. Not a problem. So let's get stuck into the energy of this particular reading. So we've already got the cards up already. I'm just going to go through them very quickly. We've got the King of Swords upright, Star card upright, the Tower card in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse, and underneath the bottom of the deck we have got the Three of Swords in the reverse. I'm dealing with an energy of somebody who has wisened up a lot more. You may come across as a very cold individual, very heartless, that you don't have compassion. Now this is what I'm saying here is how you appear to others. You appear to others as being very unapproachable, no compassion, not somebody who is easily swayed, and you are standing in your own resonance, your own power. You may have a lot of people that are against you. You may appear to be quite controversial because you are not somebody who's in the love and light woohoo energy. You're definitely somebody who, you do have a heart, you do love, you know all of that already, you know who you are. So whatever kind of impression that you give out to others and how they perceive you to be, that's really no concern of yours. It's not really your business to be concerned about how other people, what they think and feel about you. That's on them. What's quite interesting with this particular connection and this reading, you are here. You are definitely, I mean, there's some kind of universal force, energy. I would say oversell, but again, it's more giving me the energy of what I was picking up yesterday in the previous reading, where you're somebody who's literally connected to the divine. And in doing so, you've literally knocked out all of the middlemen, these so-called spirit guides and angelics and, whoever else. If there are other starseeds who are still under that frequency where they are relying on their spirit guides, their soul groups, their soul families, etc., that's fine. That you're not judging them on that. That's not a problem. But it's just that you are different. You are seeing things different. You are not seeing them the way how others are seeing them. We are all entitled to our own opinions and our own perceptions, and we define the truth as we align with it to be. And the way how I see it, I feel as if, I'll be honest, it feels as if you're more realistic about what's really going on. And you are giving off an energy that is making others feel very uncomfortable. Because how you're seeing it, you are, in a way, affecting other people's reality. And it's making them feel uncomfortable because, in a way, deep down inside, they know that you're right. But they'd rather stick with the woohoo stuff because it's less stressful. Their world is still intact, even if they're against the system and stuff like that. If they were to really go full dark like you, even though you are of the light, it will just change things dramatically. And I do sense as well that you're someone that's, you're giving off an energy and others upstairs feel uncomfortable too around you. You're very, very powerful in your own right. With the star card, being your shield. And when they say like trust the universe, and really getting the way how this star is here, this great magnificent force, I'm really feeling that's like visually, it's kind of giving me that sort of like source's energy. Above, there's nobody else above source. Although there are some kind of galactic charlatans that are trying to come off and pretend like they are rivaling source, if not above. And I feel that you're somebody who's kind of really, I don't know, since these shifts in frequencies have been really bombarding people and getting a lot of clarity, getting more grounded, processing things now. It's like it's becoming more raw, more unfiltered, filtering out all of the foolishness, the fluff, and seeing a truth unfolding that is quite raw, and it will appear to be very uncomfortable to a lot of people. The dark truth, and it's like you're somebody who can't be shifted anymore into this sort of false belief system, this false matrix system of, we're here to help and you're here to learn, lessons and life lessons. You created this, so therefore you have to stay here and fix it and fix yourself, and you can't be gaslighted anymore. And it seems as if you're becoming a bit of a troublesome person, because you're not somebody who is like all these lot in the woohoo, love and light, happy camper crew, where they're sort of like getting so-called messages from their guides, channeled messages from their guides, and they're all, lapped up in it. But what this is giving me is a fence, a frequency fence, where they're all constrained, they're all held in an energetic cage, false matrix, false sort of, it's almost like a church temple thing, a cult kind of energy, what I'm picking up here. And it's like they want you to be like that. But thankfully, by the grace of God, source, creator, however you want to, with all these labels, and because obviously speaking this earth-based language that really isn't your own, you see through things more. And it's protecting you. You're protected from all of this nonsense that unfortunately lots of others are sort of caught under. So let's just expand on this very quickly. This is really just a no fluff energy. You're not in the mood for any Mickey Mouse bullshit, And this is why, you may get certain people that may be looking upon you as a bitch or as a cold-hearted bastard. But it's because you see things and you're not somebody who's going to be swayed. You have the right to use your discernment. Isn't that what they was telling you? But it seems as if there's different levels of discernment. Discernment to a certain extent that still keeps these lot in power over your consciousness. Right, let's just quickly have a look. So guys, as you know that I'm working on limited space. Alright, so let's get into this King of Swords energy. Yeah, you got the Star card. You're definitely divinely aligned with the divine, directly with source. You've cut out all of the middlemen. You're like, hold on a minute. With all of these so-called disclosure stuff, which doesn't feel like it's right to me. Why does everything feel like a psyop right now? Because it is. There's so many different distractions that's going on right now. So many different rituals that's playing out right now. Anything to prevent human consciousness from really evolving and transcending back into their remembrance. They're trying desperately to keep you at a particular level so that you will never remember your true power. But you're somebody who's broken through all of their nonsense. All right, I'm just going to put this deck down here. For the Star card, we have got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, which is great to see because you are not in this lack mentality. You're not fearing anything. You don't give, even if it was a thing of like, oh, you know, out on the outside, you'd rather be on the outside of, you know, being ejected and rejected. Who gives a shit? Because you see things differently. So you're not in this lack mentality. You're not fearing anything. You don't care about none of that. That's not what it's about anymore. Okay? Well, with the Tower card, which to me is representing you being unshakable, they can't come to shift you out of your stance, your perception of things, and the way how you're seeing things. They can't manipulate you anymore. And again, that's a problem. With the Tower card, the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So to me, it's as if they were trying to remove you from your intuition. And the Queen of Cups in the reverse is someone who's not really using her intuition, you know, being very much in fear, bitterness, doubts. You are 100% in your clarity. You're not somebody who doubts your like your heart and your mind is well and truly in alignment here. And the way how the star cards are thankfully in the upright position, and it's flanking you, it's protecting you, it's creating this sort of shield to protect you from all of these lower frequencies. And these cards are in the upright position. Everything else at the moment is in the reverse. Tell me about the Four of Wands, please, in the reverse. We've got the High Priestess in the upright position. So to me, there's this secrecy that, not being funny, feels like it's coming from the Hierophant energy that's in the reverse. So there's this kind of like, on a need-to-know basis, almost as if like, you know, why would one's memory need to be wiped all the time? Why would you need to have your memories wiped? So that you could come back and to learn something again that really, in essence, you would have already known already. Doesn't make sense to have one's memories keep on being wiped all the time. In a sense that you have to keep learning. Like, does that make sense? And this is why there's this enigma energy as well with this High Priestess. With the Hierophant being in the reverse, for this card we have got the King of Swords in the upright position. Now it's quite interesting here, we've got the King of Swords here and we've got the King of Swords here. But I also feel this can also be you doing this kind of like complete cycle. But this is also the energy of what some of these so-called beings, these so-called guardians, will have over these lot that are still in the woohoo stuff. Where they're not really going to tell people anything in it, like the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. There's only going to be certain things they were saying and a hell of a lot of things that they're not. So that they can still wield the handle whilst everybody has no choice but to hold on to the blade. And with the Three of Swords being in the reverse as well, you are not somebody who's going to be feeling this hurt and betrayal energy. You've really done a lot of inner work on yourself. And your heart can no longer be penetrated anymore with deception, deceit, lies from charlatan energy. Underneath the bottom of the clarifying deck, we've got the Judgment in the reverse. So this kind of like is giving me this feeling of like, again, as I'm saying, you're not really giving judgment here. You're not being judgmental, but you're saying what you're seeing. And this is also giving me like an energy of like a false awakening as well. And you're kind of seeing what this Hierophant energy is about. Falseness. Are you getting a real awakening, a true awakening, or is it another false one? So, discernment. Let's have a look and see. Let's close out this reading with this Inner Temple. And as I've just shuffled the deck, this card pops up. We've got Chamber of Protection. Sorry about that, guys. Again, I've literally, I forgot to delete a couple of the videos that I've done before, which took up a lot of my memory space. So that's why it cut out. But as I was saying about the Chamber of Protection, you're definitely protected. Your consciousness, your mind is heavily protected, and this is what makes you a trouble for the deceivers, because you're somebody who is not easily swayed into the false belief matrix system that these lot are under. You're somebody who wants verification. If you're saying that you're coming off of, all these sort of so-called higher dimensional beings, or, this guardian type energy, or these so-called channeled messages, well, where's the proof then? And if you're asking a specific question and it's being met with a blank, or crickets being heard, or, blocked, and kicked out of a particular group, then it pretty much gives you like your answer. And this feels as if this is like a growing sort of like awareness. Certain people are like starting to wake up now, and you're definitely one of those people who you're different from how you were last year, a few months back even. Because as I said, as these energies are, really coming in from the sun, and it's really, the human resonance has just been going crazy last week. This week, we've had a week of where we can sort of process things, ground ourselves, and really put two and two together. And if you're getting this kind of feeling that things are not really adding up as they should, then of course it's going to put you in a defensive sort of state of where a defensive stance of where you're like, hold on a minute. I don't think I'm really going to be going down that happy-go-lucky, happy camper path with like, not being fun, I've got to say it, because this energy, you're somebody who's very much like, I'm not somebody who's going to be sitting there worshipping you people. I'm not going to do that. And if they say, oh, we don't really expect you to, anyway, yeah, that's fine. But there's something about you that is making even them, as I said, feel very uncomfortable, because you want the actual truth and not something that is going to be fabricated to pacify me and to keep me docile and complacent. That's not really going to be happening again. And I feel if you keep on being strongly and firmly aligned with the source directly, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. But I feel that you are already a force to be reckoned with. And this is why they can't really spiritually fuck with you anymore. Let's see what we've got with, let me just move this here. Let's see what we've got with the next card. We've got connection. So as I said, if you're connected directly to source and you feel within your heart space that direct connection, or even if somebody feels that they're going to want to try to connect with you, and they have to, by divine law, tell you the fucking truth. And if they're not going to tell you the truth, then well, if you're not going to tell me the truth, then you're going to have to, you're going to have to go. And that, again, gives you more sort of protection and power over yourself, over your soul, over your consciousness. This is something, you with this King of Swords energy, you're somebody who's been doing this on a daily basis. This isn't somebody who just sits there and just says one day a year, or shielding yourself at one day each year, and then thinking, oh, that's going to be me sorted out for the rest of the year. You know that this is an ongoing battle. You are battle ready. You're ready in your shield. Your shields are up, your defenses are up. I'm not saying that you're shutting everybody out, but you're shutting out a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of bullshitters out there. And you have every right to turn around and protect yourself. It's not just the people down here, but it's them lot upstairs too. I don't know, I'm just getting this scene of a lot of awkwardness when these lot decide, if they decide to show themselves, if they've got the balls to show themselves. It might be very interesting to see how this actual disclosure is going to look like and feel like, and what the fuck they're actually going to say. Because it's going to be it could feel very awkward. especially when it comes to, especially as and why people's minds were really and truly wiped. What was the real reason about that? And don't give us this, watered down version of, oh, it's because you needed to learn stuff. No, what was the real fucking reason, please? Thank you. Tell me the damn truth. And we have got projections. So you're giving off this real, with regards to this, it's like you're mirroring back a lot of uneasiness. And they say that, your light triggers the demons in others, and people may feel really uneasy around you because, what they see is something that they can't attack you. Your light is really affecting their inner demons. Those are the ones who haven't actually worked on themselves. Those are the ones who are easily manipulated and whose auric fields are, easily, messed about with and, manipulated in a way by these lower entities to do, the most damage. They think they can come after people like you, but no, it's not going to happen. The next card that I've got is Inner Spring. So to me, I feel that, I don't know, about February, March time of this year in particular, you might have really been going through this new sort of inner bloom cycle that you've been experiencing. Maybe you've been noticing a lot of changes from March of this year. Things have been really changing within you. Definitely not the same person as you were before. Planting new seeds within yourself. And it's starting to bloom in a lot more. Things are starting to grow within you a lot more faster as well. Because it's only according to this so-called timeline, June. The next card that we've got, interesting. The Golden Thread. This is quite interesting again, because to me this represents this divine connection. And it's also sort of giving me this sort of protected energy as well. All these other, these, I don't know if you can see very well, these orbs around could be trying to get in to this field. They're on the outside, they can't come into this. This is a direct alignment. And again, with this energy here, with this card, the Chamber of Protection, it's really given me something that is, again, only for you. When you have you as an individual, a fractal of sorts, and you can get back into this energy of this connection, it's like, yes, I want to remember. I want to be able to retain my memories. I want to be able to heal myself fully, properly, and never to have my consciousness messed about with again, because I don't consent to none of it. This King of Swords is somebody who does not consent, will not comply to any kind of force. It doesn't matter if they appear to be malevolent or benevolent. It literally doesn't matter. And then the card we've got underneath the bottom of the deck is Soul Retrieval. I swear this card came out yesterday. Soul Retrieval. Almost as if you are literally being sort of you're retrieving who you actually are, without the assistance of anybody else who might be trying to interfere with that, because they want you to be in this energy of the Four of Wands, but in the reverse, where you don't really have that. It's like a false sense of security. It's really interesting. Anyway, guys, this is what I've got. Hope this has kind of shed some light on, how you are actually feeling right now. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Have a great day.